Hi guys, this is Bliss with Blissful Divination. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or return visitor, welcome back. Um, if you are returning, why don't you hit the subscribe button? That way you can know when things are coming out, when a new video posts, and it would be great if you supported my channel and became a regular subscriber. So thank you in advance. Today's question is, will COVID-19 affect the way that the 2020 U.S. presidential election is run? Okay, I've heard some talk about, using mail-in ballots and things like that. So let's ask the cards. Um, will the COVID-19 virus affect how the 2020 presidential election is run? We will program the cards. The man card will be the elections. The fox card will be the Republican Party in the U.S. The lion card will be the Democratic Party from the U.S. The woman card will be the Board of Elections. Okay. So let's start there. Let's go there. COVID-19 affect the way the 2020 presidential election is run. All right, let's set it up one more time. There you go. That's what I wanted. Let's get these so everything fits. All right, there we go. Will COVID-19 affect how the 2020 U.S. presidential elections are run? So the first card we get are the birds. Okay? And this is telling us about communication. Okay? It's telling us about about messages, how the government is trying to make that shift. Okay? So let's take a look. Yeah. Second card we have is the Board of Electors. The Board of Electors are talking and communicating about a contingency plan, about what they need to do, about the elections, trying to put a plan in place. We got the cross. They're trying to put an end to how things were done previously. Like, let's keep going before I make a the assessment. Okay, so we have the lily card, which can be offerings or healing, an offer. So we have COVID-19 right here. We have the moon above it. That's the past. We have the stars. Okay. Which can be the spreading, or it also can be the internet. When it's paired with the birds, it's kind of like a new way of communicating, the internet, the webs, uh, technology type things. The legalities. I think they're looking at how they can incorporate a new way of doing things, and the legalities, how they can do it legally. Let's see. Yeah, endings. Side there. How they do it. Stop things of how things are done. Than the old way. Answer. Key is answers. Um, they definitely trying to figure that out. The election, yeah. They're trying to let go of the old way that they hold the elections. We have the clover, so that's a new way, new way of doing things, new opportunity. New opportunity. Because they're a little worried about that. About how they would hold the election. Heart. Next card is heart. And the heart is they know that there will be an uproar. People will start wondering, like, do they really have the people's best interest at heart, or are they figuring out how they can do things? And that's the end of the story. Okay, so the answer to the question, what we got basically was, I feel like it's being discussed. I don't feel like anything concrete has happened, but they are trying to figure out the legalities. They're talking about how they could make it work and it be legal, or look legal. um, hmm, this is very interesting. We have the election and we have the Board of Elections. So elections itself and the Board of Elections, the Board of Electors. What are they doing? So let's flip it. Let's flip it. Based on the question itself, I feel like no decision has been made yet. It's being discussed. They're looking at the legalities of it, that kind of thing. But if we look at a little deeper, let's see what else is going on that's hidden. Okay. The Board of Electors is being blocked. There's some people trying to stop them from doing the mail-in ballot type thing, or changing the way things are done. Board of Electors think they have the answers. I think they're trying to look at some electronic way of doing it. Some electronical way of doing it. They're trying to end the way they did it in the past with the side of the moon, due to the spread of the virus. And I think the COVID-19 has really changed the way people are thinking. Um, I keep saying that there's going to be a mental shift in what's going on. And the Board of Electors want a new way to do it. They want to change it. They want to change how the elections are done right now. But they're worried. They're worried. They don't know exactly what they're walking into, but they're really looking at, an electronic way. I feel like they're looking at an electronic way of how they could get people to vote in an electronic way. But I feel like if they were putting that as an option, that is leaving a whole door open to hackers and all kinds of craziness. I hope they're not like really seriously trying to do that, because I don't think that's the right way to go, personally. They're thinking about the voters. They really are. I don't know. Are these people naive or just so calculating? That's a whole question to ask. But they're worried about the election, and they're trying to seek answers. The spread of COVID-19 has really got people all twisted up in the game. It's forcing them to look and see things in a different way. The Republican Party, they're kind of like, don't go there, don't change it, don't even do this. Like, they are trying to block. They don't want that to happen. I wonder why. The Democratic Party, they're thinking about the election, and they're looking at the board of directors. They're concerned about the voters. Wow. It's funny. Every time it's like I do a reading about the US government, you have so many chiefs. Everybody wants to be chief. Everybody thinks they have the answer. Everybody think they know what to do, but they're not even working together. Like, this is ridiculous. Self-serving interests. Self, like, and I feel like as a party, as an entity, not as individuals, the Republican Party are not about that. They don't want to hear that. Like, as a party, the party line is they want to make sure that does not happen. And that's interesting why. They do not want the way the elections are run to be changed. They feel like they'll fight it. They got partnerships. They have these deals. They have things in place. Like, this is their thing. Like, they don't want to mess with it. They do not want it messed with, because I feel like they like how it's done. I guess it's in their favor, right now. That would put, if people did mail-in ballots, or if it became easier to vote, I do believe more people would vote. But they don't want more access to voting. They don't want that. That's what I'm seeing here. They do not want that. The voters are looking to the board of electors. Like, they're like, what you gonna do? Like, what are you going to do? They would love, it feels like the voters would love if they would change how the election is done. The voters would like it. And like I said, the electors are thinking about the voters, and the voters are thinking about the electors. But the Board of Elections is worried about it. Worried about how this will all be, and the legalities of it. Democrats looking at, I think the Democrats want it to happen. Yeah. I truly feel like the Democrats want it to happen. They would welcome it. They think they have the answer. Everybody thinks there is the answer, like I said, but the Republicans are against it, changing it. The Democrats are for them to change it. I think the biggest question is how they would change it. I think the Board of Electors are looking at an electronical way of doing it. I don't think that that's the key. Mail-in ballots, I'm not too up on how the ballots work because that would open up a whole other can of worms. You know, ballots going to the wrong address, people stealing people's ballot. Like, yeah, you know, I kind of feel like that. Like things could could go that way, but the Democrats are for electoral reform, and so are the voters. And the voters want it done legally and properly. Because basically I feel like the voters are feeling like they are not there is a section of voters that don't vote because it's difficult for them or something like there's a barrier to them doing it, and they're hoping that it will change. But I don't know if they think that it will change, but they hope. They would love for that to happen. And as I said, Democrats don't want that. They're like, cut it out, stop. No, we like it. We're not going to do it. So it'll be interesting to see, um, because if they're focused on a COVID-19, are they benefiting from that? Like, I think they are hoping to keep it the same, and because of that they'll win the election because of all this, and people will stay home and not vote. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see if there's anything else that they want to tell me about this. No. Funeral. They want to bury something. Like bury the old way of doing it. But yeah, the internet thing, I don't think that's the way to go. There's too many trolls out there. There's too many ways to. If they did change it, okay, here's something interesting. If they did change it, the Republicans would be all about some kind of electronical means too. They don't want it changed, not in their favor, but if it was changed, they would like it to be electronical because then it's easier to tamper with it. That's what I'm seeing. The Democrats do not want them to do it an electronical way. They know that it needs reforming, but they don't want it to be changed the way that the other people want it changed. This gets interesting. Yeah, and the Dems think they already know. They already know how it's gonna go. They are in. There's something that they're in on. They're in on something. So, to answer the question, will COVID-19 affect how the 2020 U.S. presidential election will be run? At this time, there's no definitive answer. Right now, it's just talk right now. It's just floating through social media and the internet. They're looking at if it can be done, if need be. But everybody has their own ideas about how, if it did change, how it should be done. They don't agree on that. They all know that they would like it to change. But additionally, the Republicans are like, okay, we don't want it to change, but if it does change, we would like it seems in a way that it can be electronic. Make of that what you will. Why they would want it to be electronic, I have my own thoughts. My thought is it makes it easier to tamper with through hacking and all that. But for whatever reason, if it's going to be a change, they would want it to be electronical. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I mean, do you think it'll change the way the election is run? If the election is the way that the election is run, if it changes, what do you think? How do you think it should be changed? Do you think the mail-in ballot is the way to go, or electronics, or do you think we should just do business as usual, keep the status quo? So please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you already have not. And I thank you for watching this video, and be blessed, people.